All right, now to the Capitol, where Minnesota lawmakers are running out of time to get bills passed before the end of the session. Our Ian Russell joining us live now. We just heard from DFL lawmakers within the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, Morgan, well, this happened, like you said, just very quickly here. This is a press conference announced at 9:45. We now know that state lawmakers, the House and Senate, and the governor have reached a deal on an Uber and Lyft bill here. It would keep Uber and Lyft happy and keep them operating within the Twin Cities. I want to look down here for a second and tell you what we know. We do know that when they first announced this, it was at $1.27 per mile. It's now up to $1.28 per mile and 31 cents per minute. Now, Senate has been in an impasse really the entirety of this day. They were here in the morning, and then they kind of took a long recess here for the majority of the day. And notably missing from that was State Senator Omar Fateh, and he's a major proponent of this Uber and Lyft legislation. He is now, of course, just a little bit down the hallway from us at this press conference with our lawmakers and the governor talking about this Uber and Lyft legislation. So still something that has happened very quickly here. Here's a little bit from those lawmakers just a second ago.
We have struck a deal that is going to be an incredible result for the drivers in the state of Minnesota. We have reached an agreement with Uber and Lyft that we will set a statewide rate that will be $1.28 per mile and 31 cents per minute. That is sent over the legislative agreement that we reached earlier. It is a little bit lower on the per mile than where we were before, on the per minute. But when you take it as a blended rate, that results in a 20% increase in pay for drivers in the state of Minnesota.
But the people who made this happen are our authors, working with the drivers, and so many of our colleagues who kept centered in this effort the needs of working people and the needs of Minnesotans to have access to rideshare. It was a hard-fought compromise.
This was hard fought. This was not just saying no. It was the ability to try and get the rideshare companies to the table to make sure that that was understood and to make sure that those compromises were done. This is hard. No one else has been able to do this in the country. And I think what you heard here, they set a standard in this across the country, making sure that folks are able to get their rides when they need them, but that the drivers are being paid accordingly to make that happen. So there's a...
We don't know exactly when some of these conversations happened. We don't know if they happened earlier in the day, recently, or if they were happening behind closed doors. We do know that the Minnesota Uber and Lyft Drivers Association was here at the state capitol earlier in the afternoon demonstrating, asking for better pay and for them to do it now. The president of that organization told me he was nervous and he didn't know if this is going to get done before the end of session. Now, this doesn't mean this is completely done yet, though, Morgan. This will still have to go through both the House and the Senate. Back to you.
Yeah, so it has a ways to go, and we do know that this has been a big story that we have been following, and so we'll be sure to follow up with Uber and Lyft as well. Thank you, Ian.